Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, and I hope you don't think I've gone crazy, but this right here is the Phantom 4, the latest and greatest DJI Phantom, and I really like it. It seems to be the best build quality that I've seen in a Phantom series yet. And as you know, I feel that Phantom is without a doubt the best aerial platform on the market today. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's easy to travel with. But there is something, and it's absolutely crazy, but my viewers have been pinging me, and they're like, hey man, check out this new Yuneec, Y-U-N-E-E-C. Check out this new Yuneec Typhoon H. And I'm like, Typhoon H? What is that? So like any other drone, I did my due diligence. I went in and I said, okay, well, this thing has 8 rotors. This thing's massive. Twice the number of propellers on it that this Phantom 4 has. That's got to be big. That's got to be heavy. How am I going to travel with that thing? So I looked at it in more depth, and I discovered that the legs on the Typhoon H, they fold up. They fold up for travel, but they also fold up while the thing is flying. And it has a 4K camera. 4K camera on this, and the Phantom 3 Pro is absolutely outstanding in my opinion. To my knowledge, it's a Sony-based camera. So what I'm concerned with the Typhoon H is the camera quality going to be as good? So the 4K video, is the 4K video quality is good, but not just the video quality, the stability of that video. Can it meet or exceed the stability of a DJI Phantom 3 Pro or a DJI Phantom 4? Because as we know, and you may have watched my thousands of videos with the Phantom 3 Pro and now the Phantom 4, this thing is absolutely smooth. But what if I can get that same video quality, if not better, with the Typhoon H? What's interesting about it is that, like the Inspire, and by the way, don't get me started on the Inspire. I don't really care for the Inspire. It's too big, it's too heavy, and it's also very expensive. I mean, that's not the thing I'm mentioning. I'm mentioning the size and the weight. Those are deal breakers. It could cost less than a DJI Phantom, and I still would not like the Inspire. It's too big, it's too heavy. But could the Typhoon H, could it be the portability of a DJI Phantom? 8 propellers. One of those motors dies, and it may be able to stay airborne long enough to land. That's a cool feature. Thinking about safety, drone safety should be paramount for everyone. Just like the DJI Phantom 4, the Typhoon H, it has obstacle avoidance. Now, I will say the obstacle avoidance on the Phantom 4, and you can check out my field test video, it worked very well. I did encounter a bug the first time, but I powered down. Watch my video and you'll see what happened, but it worked really well. And I even took it up to the glass on a truck, and it didn't want to hit the glass because I was expecting obstacle avoidance to fail if it was looking at glass versus a solid material like a painted truck door or a tree. So that was pretty cool. So this Typhoon H, it brings so much on paper to the table. Now, one thing it does not have, the range of this, and obviously the only time anyone would probably be able to test it out would be over open ocean where there's nothing around. But the range of this Phantom 4 is expected to be, I think it's around 3 miles. That is way too far. Now the Phantom H, I think it's only around 1 mile. But ultimately all that matters is line of sight. So if the Phantom H can maintain consistently quality FPV view throughout the visual range of flight. That's all that you need, because ultimately you're maintaining eye contact with that drone and you're flying, and you're using your FPV display to confirm whether or not your camera is properly aligned. That's what FPV is for. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but this Phantom H, I've got it pre-ordered. Check the link within this video's description. I've got a link to it on 400orbelow.com. So I'll be adding more Phantom H accessories there. I've got the drone there right now, pre-order link. I'm not abandoning DJI. Excuse me, hiccups. Had a big, had me some ice cream. You know, had something unhealthy to snack on. But I want to see. I mean, the previous Yuneecs, I flew some of those and they were a joke. In my opinion, I don't mean that in an insulting way, but they were. The camera quality wasn't as good. The thing was just way too big to travel with, and the camera quality did not meet or exceed the DJI Phantom quality. So it was useless for me. But on paper, this Phantom H, not Phantom H, but the Typhoon H. It looks like it could be good, and I'm looking at it out of the corner of my eye right now, just sitting here thinking that thing. It looks, I mean, it does look cool, and you know I'm not one to buy a drone because it looks cool. You know, that was one of the big things with the Inspire. Ooh, this thing looks like an alien, man, and like the landing gear goes up when it starts to film, you know, so you don't get the landing gear in the frame, dude. I care less about that kind of stuff, but it is cool with the Typhoon H that the landing gear does lift up, so that you can have, and don't confuse it with a 360-degree camera, because that's a completely different technology. That's filming spherically, and then the video can be played back, and you can, while the video is playing, you can pan your view around wherever. Don't confuse it with that. What this is a standard 4K camera, but Typhoon H has a dual controller option. So the second, if you've got a second person with a controller, they can control the camera. So with the landing gear up on the Typhoon H, that camera can spin around 360 degrees. So, you know, thinking of scenarios where you may kind of park your drone in the sky, and then you've got the second operator with that controller, and they're able to, you know, with that camera go 360 degrees and really capture some cool video footage. So, I mean, I keep staring at it, and I mean, tell me if you think I'm crazy, because I utterly hated the previous versions of Yuneec. But I mean, this one on paper, either they've got a good sales team or they're prepared to deliver, because what I'm seeing has really excited me. And none of this would have excited me had it not been small enough to carry. I mean, it's got to be, you know, got to be able to put it in a waterproof and ruggedized case, something that's easily manageable to carry in conjunction with other gear. Because ultimately, when someone goes out with a drone, they're not just taking a drone. They probably got GoPro cameras. They probably got, you know, a camcorder, food, all kinds of other stuff. So, you know, having something, I mean, this right here is manageable. But I mean, you get an Inspire, one of those old Yuneecs, you're sitting there, oh, how far is it? And you've only walked like 10 feet. It's ridiculous. But the Typhoon H looks really cool. And the controller, again, the communications technology that it uses is definitely not up to par with LightBridge that's built into the DJI Phantom 3 Pro, DJI Phantom 3 Advanced, and DJI Phantom 4. But again, if it works, if it maintains consistently decent FPV quality while flying line of sight, that's all that one should need. I mean, ultimately, it's a tool to look down It shouldn't be a tool that's used to fly without being line of sight, but it's a nice tool to glance down and say, okay, you know, whatever I'm trying to film is in the frame. The camera can see it. 8 propellers. And I'm already thinking, you know what I'm thinking about? Quick disconnect prop guards for the Typhoon H. Imagine that many prop guards. Or maybe it doesn't need them. Maybe it's so stable that when it lands, when it retracts its landing gear, maybe it doesn't even need quick disconnect prop guards because it never topples over. I don't know. Haven't used it yet, but I've got one coming, and I am beyond excited. So tell me what you think. Tell me, am I crazy? Am I stepping over to the dark side? Like I said, I'm not abandoning DJI. At the time of posting this, DJI Phantom is without a doubt the best aerial platform on the market today, in my opinion. And the Phantom 4 is the best drone on the market today, in my opinion. My opinion based upon my personal experiences. And I like to try these various drones. You may have seen my Parrot Bebop videos a while back. I mean, that was so disheartening because it was such a small size. But then they released this controller, and it's like, whoa, I got to use this to film. It was enormous. Way too big. And then the video quality was horrible because it was software stabilized. It didn't utilize a gimbal. But this Typhoon H, this is the beauty of it. I am stepping in to unknown terrain. Well, I know what the previous Yuneecs were like, and I didn't like them. But I am stepping into unknown terrain. And whether it's successful or it's a complete failure, you're going to see it all here on IrixGuy's Adventure Channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy. So stay tuned for a lot of Yuneec Typhoon H videos soon. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And again, check the link within this video's description. You can find the Typhoon H there. And I'll post the various accessories as they become available. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm an independent channel, and it's viewers like you that help me to continue to grow. I appreciate your viewership, and y'all have a good day.